together. We have, I'm being asked to make these 4 financial statements. We're being asked to complete the income statement for the year ended. We're asked to make the stockholders' equity, balance sheet, and statement of cash flows. We have some information here that will really be helpful for us when we do the statement of cash flows. We'll use a lot of these numbers and this number here. If you want, you can print this out. You can have it open. I'm going to go back and forth, but we're going to kind of show you a little differently. You will need information from 4.1 and 4.2 in order to complete this. If you see at the bottom, here are the numbers, here are the statements. So you have the income statement, then you have statement of stockholders' equity, balance sheet, statement of cash flows. Okay, where do we find all these numbers? I'm going to save you the time of watching a video, watching me type all these numbers in. You're going to find all these numbers from this, wherever we're talking about, the income statement. You're going to find all these income statement numbers from 4.2 departmental for kitchen. So the kitchen number 403,663. See, the problem is I can't show you all this going through, but the kitchen net sales would be 403,63. So if you, I have the little answers. So this is 4.1. You're going to use the adjusted trial balance for 4.1 for a ton of stuff. Okay, we're going to basically transfer almost all those numbers over. And they give them to you there. So here's 4.2 departmental margin. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the net sales for kitchen and lay it here. The cost of merchandise sold for kitchen and put it here. You're going to get the gross profit. You don't even have to add them up. It's done for you. And put it here. You're going to have what they call direct expenses. Okay? You're going to have those. Put it there. Okay? You're going to subtract the gross profit from the direct expenses to get a department margin for kitchen. Then you'll do the same for bath, or wherever I'm at, bath. Sorry, I went too far. Do the same for bath onto this problem. So you're going to get all this information from 4.2. You're going to transfer it over to the company, and we'll do the component percentages later. But that's what you're going to do. Okay? You'll get all these information, all the indirect expenses now. Where do we get these? These numbers came from 4.2 departmental income statement, margin statements, and we added them up to get the company. These indirect expenses come from the 4.1 adjusted trial balance. So when we're going back up to 4.1 adjusted trial balance, we gotta get to 4.1. Okay, we got to get to our expenses, and it's going to be, what's it starting with? Credit card fee expense. So this is where we're going to start. So you're going to get that 4,500 number, and you're going to go all the way down to, what's the last one? Utilities, the 6,400 number. You're going to add up all those expenses. Okay, we're starting with credit card fee. We're not using these because those are part of the indirect and direct business. Okay, so for our indirect expenses, we're going to use credit card fee down and list them out of the 4.1 adjusting entry. We get a total, and we should be good to go. Okay, but again, I'm not going to write all these down because it'll take you forever. From there, you'll take your department margin number minus, so this number up here for the company, minus all your total indirect expenses to get income before net taxes. Then you're going to subtract less federal income tax, which you got from your the adjusted trial balance there, okay? And then you get your net income. All right, so that's the income statement. So then you go to the statement of cash flows, stockholders' equity, and you get these top part from the directions. wherever those are again. Pop this up quick. So you get those from the directions. You got $1 par value, $74,000 of shares. $1 par value was on January 1st. We issued 1,000 more shares. And now you're good. And so what I can show you, come on, sorry, and it's hard because it's so much, but you do $1 par value. You go January 1st, 74,000 shares issued. You go issued during current year 1,000, and then you go balance December 31st, 75,000, and you type 74,000. I do too many. 74,000 there. You got 1,000 here. You got 75 there. Yeah, and I don't want to type everything in and have you sitting here. This number you're going to get from your balance, your adjusted balance sheet number that we just found. No, this is from, excuse me, this is from your adjusted trial balance. So the adjusted trial balance number for retained earnings. So we got to go find retained earnings. 165,073.83. That's the adjusted trial balance. We got to get net income, which we've got from your income statement. It'd be this number here, okay, that you would put in there. And then less the dividends declared. So this number we find is actually 61,571.57. We declared $16,000 worth of dividends, you can see there. So then you get your new total, and then you add these up to get your new balance for retained earnings. That's not right. 210. That's why I don't want to type 65. 64540. Okay. And then you add that to the 75. You get 285. 64540. Okay. Anyway, I won't type it out, make you wait, but you get this stuff from the directions. You get this from the adjusted trial balance. You get this from the income statement that we just did. You get this from the adjusted trial balance, and you're just filling in the blanks. Okay. When you get to the balance sheet, slide this over a little bit. Balance sheet has a ton of stuff. Okay. If you look at it, we have assets. We have current assets, usually defined as something that you can change in. That's either can be changed into cash pretty quickly. Okay. And then we have plan assets. So plan assets are the bigger items. We have 3 contra accounts we need to deal with. So you're going to get these from the adjusted trial balance. I'm not going to write these out. You get these from the adjusted trial balance. You have to subtract your allowance for uncollectible accounts to get an updated accounts receivable number. Okay, so I can type these out. So you'll have 23,018.95 from the adjusted trial balance. You'll subtract what you don't think that can be collected. So your updated accounts receivable number is listed here. So then you're going to add up all your, and you're going to get your total current assets is like 304,884.44. Okay. Well, then you're going to get your office equipment. And you're going to have a 26 number here. I'm not writing these out. And then you're going to have accumulated depreciation. So this is like how much money you bought. This is how much money it's depreciated. So this is how much money it's worth. And it's now worth like $7,341.89. You will subtract these two. And again, it's 26,000. I'm just trying to save us some time. The same thing will be here. How much did you get from your adjusted trial balance number minus all the depreciation from that store equipment, and then you get a new total. Just kind of very, 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 very similar to what we did with accounts receivable. Then you add up how much these are worth. And then you add those up to total assets to get your total assets number. 8, 24, 15. All the component percentages are divided by total assets, supposedly. Although you could divide them by total liabilities if they're all equal, but that's fine. And then you decide if these are acceptable percentages or not. Liabilities, current liabilities. I'm not going to write all these out, but you get adjusted trial balance numbers. It's all the payables from the adjusted trial balance number from accounts payable down to dividends. You'll get a total here. What do we got here? Right, so we get a total. Again, you get all those numbers that I didn't write out there. All these from the adjusted trial balance. You get a 42,000 number. Then you get the capital stock. You can get this from the adjusted trial balance as well, or from the stockholders' equity. You can kind of get it from either. It's 75,000 total. You get the stockholders' equity number here that we just found, 210,645.40. So those we have in our stockholders' equity. This is also in trial balance, but whatever. You add those up, 285,645.40. And then you take that plus your liabilities, and hopefully they equal your total assets. If they didn't, then we would have a problem. Okay, that's what we're hoping, that if total stockholders' equity equals total assets, we are good to go. Nice little check for you. All right, then the last one, statement of cash flows. All this stuff you get from the directions. So this number is from the directions. All of these are from the directions. I can give you the order that it goes into. Well, maybe not. Inventory purchases. We have salaries and wages. We have, I got capitalized. Oops, sorry. We got rent. We have insurance. We have income taxes. And we have other operating expenses. They give you these numbers in the directions. You're going to put all those in parentheses. So you'll end up with a number that's like 626,282.96. Except I can't do a negative. Okay, yeah, I must have to put negative then. So like this would be a negative 309,481.36. And I'll put it into the negative. So you'll do all these negatives. You'll subtract. You'll get a number of 70,735.63. And again, directions. Everything's directions. Cash flow from this, then you'll have sale of equipment. You'll write in. You'll do, oops, fingers wrong spot, purchase of equipment. So you may have a sale. This again will be from the directions. This number will be a negative. 830. And so then you'll get a number. That'll be negative. 21,650. You'll do the same thing for this. Oops. Issuance of stock, sorry. And payment of cash dividends. These come from your directions. You'll get a number that'll be negative 15,000. You'll take 70 minus 21 minus 15, get a number 34,000. 085, 65, and then this number will be given to you 375, 14 in your directions to get a new number. So all of this basically comes from your directions. I gave you the order, so you got a good idea of what you're doing with the order. The negative, you'll just have to put the negative, not the parenthesis first. Sorry about that. But anyway, that's your 4 items. I printed out 4-1 work together and 4-2 work together so that I wouldn't flip around when I did this myself. Otherwise, I got 16 different screens going at once. It gets hard, so I apologize. It's just a lot of stuff. So if you got a computer at home and your Chromebook, or if you have access to print it, or it's just going to take a few minutes to do. Thanks.